Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This comes from Ansh. Holy moly, John, it's happening. Deadline reported that a Constantine sequel is indeed happening, with Keanu Reeves returning, reteaming with original director Francis Lawrence. So first, what are your thoughts on the sequel news? And secondly, what does it say about Zaslav's potential 10-year DC plan? Where do you see Reeves' Constantine fit in that? Could this be part of the DCEU or be a standalone project outside of it? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in. Yeah, listen, as far as Constantine, well, at least Keanu Reeves' Constantine, I will admit it's never been a high on my list. I've never been as enamored with that movie as a lot of other people have. Like, to a lot of people, it's a cult classic. It didn't do badly at the time. Like, I think it made like $200 million at the box office, which at that time standards isn't too terrible. Lawrence, I mean, he went on to do some pretty big stuff. Like, most predominantly, of course, he did the Hunger Games films, which made a lot of money. He also did Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence, so he kind of got into a thing of making films with Jennifer Lawrence. Made a lot of music videos.
He did like that, like Water for Elephants, I think, which I actually liked.
I think you're right. That's with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
right?
I liked it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one too. So that's interesting. Now, it should be important to note here that while some outlets are running saying it's official, Constantine 2 is coming, technically, that's not true. What Warner Brothers has done is they've given the okay to move ahead on development. Now, development is one thing. You develop a particular project, and then it comes to the real deadline point of, does the studio greenlight it and say, yes, we're going to finance it, now go ahead and make it. That's another hurdle that's got to come after. Now, it's probably likely that that's what's going to happen, but I just want everybody to be clear that it has not been greenlit. They are developing it, and then it'll probably get greenlit later. But just don't be surprised later on if we find out it doesn't happen. It says, what? I thought they already said they greenlit it. It's being developed. That being said, Rob, they're going back to the Keanu Reeves Constantine. I really kind of like the TV iteration they started to create. Didn't like where they went with it. But what do you think about them bringing back Keanu?
Well, honestly, I think that this is a ploy as well by David Zaslav team. You know, it was also reported on the same day that this was reported that the John Constantine TV series that Bad Robot was developing, along with their Madame Xanadu series for HBO Max, have been canceled.
Yep.
So I think this is their excuse. They start developing this. Now, Bad Robot is a producer on this because I guess they had to be contractually.
Yes.
But you bring back your original, you bring back Francis Lawrence, you bring back Keanu Reeves.
And by the way, Francis's production company is the headline production company.
Yeah, they're the lead production,
yeah.
and you bring back Akiva Goldsman. So the team is in place. And I'll tell you something, you know, Keanu Reeves' star has risen, and he's with the John Wick franchise. He's become a bankable star again. People really like him, and I know Warner Brothers really likes working with him, even though Matrix Resurrections,
yeah.
But still, it's like I liked it. But I think that it's a good move for them because it's a catalog title that has done well, especially in ancillary markets, cable, home video. People like that movie. You know what? As a dyed-in-the-wool Hellblazer fan, I'm like, how can you make John Constantine not British? And I was one of these, like, naysayers. When I saw the movie, I was like, this is really good.
Maybe Keanu can bring out his Dracula accent for Constantine this time.
I mean, look, and I'll tell you something else. They went back to one of the quintessential comic book runs of this Dangerous Habits and put it on screen. So if they go back and do one of the quintessential John Constantine stories, by the way, as you said, his real name is Constantine. They mispronounce it in the movie and made it Constantine. Just saying.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think about this?
It's so ingrained in me that it's Constantine that every time it does feel like Moopit or Avongers. I love Constantine. Hi, look at all my babies. I'm so excited about issues today, you guys. Oh,
we're going to talk about it.
All right. Is this my comic book version of him? Absolutely not. He doesn't look like Sting. He doesn't have a British accent. I need a few more things here. Is this fun? Hell yeah, it is. This movie came out in like 2005.
Yeah.
And I was in high school, and I just loved the shit out of this movie. I thought it was so cool and so fun. It was so great.
It also has great Peter Stormare as the devil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's called the Swinton.
he's
and
great.
and
You
Djimon
got
Hounsou as Papa Midnight.
Rachel Weisz in there.
Rachel Weisz.
The casting and all the stuff in hell, it's really well done.
Yeah. It's so fun. And so I'm excited to see what they do with this one. I do love Matt Ryan. I think he is a wonderful, wonderful Constantine. And I loved that initial season of that show we had for him. I really, really wish we had explored that more, because that's so true to who the comic book character is and everything. But I think this is a fun, supernatural, occult ride. I think it's a really good time. I'm not looking for something deeply existential here. I just want a fun trip to hell.
Now, one of the questions that they bring up here that we haven't addressed yet is, how does this fit into the DCEU? The answer to that is we don't know, but here's my guess. My guess is it doesn't. My guess is you're going to have to, I think they're going to approach this the same way they approached Joker, Matt Reeves as the Batman. I think it's going to be its own standalone thing. I don't know. Do you guys see this as being part of the 10-year plan to working in the DCU? Yes, no?
I totally agree with you. I think it's a standalone. It's its own thing.
I think this is, but I would like to see in the next decade, and I know a lot of you don't, but what I want is I want Justice League Dark. I want to see Constantine and Zatanna. I want him messing around with Etrigan and everything too. I want that.
Well, Guillermo del Toro was developing that.
Yep.
I would love to see that. The animated film was pretty good.
I thought it was fun. It
was pretty good.
I thought it was fun. I would love to see that.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about it? Are you excited that it seems like they're going into development on Constantine 2? The whole band is coming back. Keanu, Lawrence, they're all back to do it again. Are you excited about it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, MasterClass. All of us here at the John Campea Show absolutely love MasterClass. With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds, anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn television writing from Shonda Rhimes, improve your comedy skills from Steve Martin, or you can learn filmmaking from James Cameron himself. With over 100 different classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to learn is closer than you think. I have personally watched Bob Iger's lessons on business strategy and leadership at least 6 or 7 times. Every time I watch it, I learn something new that I get to apply to my own business as well. And the best thing about it is you don't have to sit down and watch an entire thing all at once. You can watch the individual segments or just as much as you want in any sitting at a time. So guys, when it comes to MasterClass, I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every MasterClass, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off MasterClass.